return on our investment. Okay, let's do some clarification. Spirit, tell us about the loyal heart in reverse. All right, we have the Queen of Cups now in my readings. All upright court cards are divine energy. So this Queen of Cups is you, right? And it's exactly as I was saying. I think there's a lot of guilt and shame that your person carries around because they don't have a loyal heart in this connection. Their heart is loyal to you, right? And I think they go through a lot of cycles or bouts where the shame just overtakes them completely, and sometimes they may ghost you because of that. Let's see what's this energy with the green woman. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, right? Now, the Nine of Pentacles talks about dependency. So it's exactly as I said, right? A dependency syndrome. So this is how your person perceives this relationship, right? They see it as something that is dependent. There's some sort of dependency between them. They see it as something that's toxic, and they're really unsure of how this karmic is going to react or what they will do should they find out the complete truth about you, okay, and how they feel about you. Now, let's see this come to the edge card in reverse for the karmic. We have the devil in reverse there, okay? So, in their heart of hearts, this karmic knows this connection is toxic, and this karmic may even know that releasing this connection may open up another door to happiness for them. But they are resistant to change, and they rather stay with the devil that they know rather than try to tangle with the angel that they don't. Now, let's see this energy of the hidden one. Take it away. Energy of the hidden one. I'm telling you, they have some sort of spiritual tradition that's been passed on to them. Okay, and for some of them, they've been using this spiritual tradition to, I'm not going to say do any kind of binding magic because some of them, maybe some of them are, but certainly they're using that heightened perception to manipulate your person and manipulate the situation. Okay? So this part of them, this spiritual part of them, they have this here. It could be as well that they are planning, that come to the edge card in reverse. It could be that they are planning to take a leap of faith, but they are making preparations. They could be manifesting a new beginning, right? But it feels like they're like ferreting away some sort of financial abundance. They put it in secret account, I don't know, under their mattress, I don't know, right? But there's something here about hiding resources and just waiting for their moment to bust out of here. So, and we have these two dynamics going on. Okay? All right. Now, let's look at the emotions, the emotional energy swirling in this relationship. Let's see the emotional energy swirling in this relationship. Just put this on the side for a second. Underneath the deck, all right, both people feeling burdened, okay, by this connection, just overwhelmed by everything that's happening here. Okay, just kind of spread up with it. All right, your person's energy in this relationship, they are angry, and that's another thing. When you hold things back inside, it just the resentment keeps bubbling and bubbling and bubbling until it just explodes at the most inopportune times. So, and that's another thing about emotions that don't have an outlet. It always kind of compresses and explodes as a rage. Even most to suppress for you, I think it's bubbling up as resentment or anger. They're projecting it onto their partner. It has nothing to do with their partner. It's the heart feeling imprisoned. What are they feeling? They're feeling inventive, right? They feel like this connection has ground to a halt, and they're ready to do something new, something novel, like be some sort of pioneer, strike it out on their own. Okay. Now they might also be saying things and doing things to cover their tracks as well, because they don't want this karmic to find out the full of their feelings for you. Okay. I don't know if they're protecting you or they're protecting themselves. Either way, they don't want this karmic to find out the full. What else is going on here? Inner child wounds rising to the fore. So, this relationship is definitely helping your person evolve and grow, because whatever has been triggering them are deep-seated issues that your person may not have addressed had it not been for this relationship. You may bring out this person's life, but this relationship is needed so that your person can face their shadow. Okay? What about how the karmic is feeling? Emotionally detached, just numb. Just numb. And the energy under the deck was burden. Right? Sometimes the burden becomes so heavy that you just emotionally check out. So they both checked out of this relationship, but remember, I think they're very much mirroring each other in that aspect. There's a safety in them knowing. There's a safety in the predictability, right? They know to navigate this. They go through the same cycle over and over again. They say the same things over and over again. They do the same things over and over again. So it's comfortable. What do we have here? How are they feeling lust? They're still very much attracted to your person. And it feels like that might be the driving force that's keeping them together. Oh no, this karmic's still in love. Still in love, no matter what has happened, they're still very much emotionally connected to the person. All right, so there's a kind of disconnect here, right? Kind of dissonance here in what both of them are feeling. Let's clarify. Okay, why is your person feeling so angry? Come on, why are they feeling angry? We have the Hierophant in reverse. They want out. They want to be free, right? They feel burdened by this connection. They feel burdened by this contract, and they just want to be free. Maybe remember we talked about the heart feeling imprisoned. That's exactly what it is. They want to be free to express themselves completely. Let's see this inventive card. What's that inventive about? We have the Four Wands in reverse. Again, they want to be free. They want out. They want to do something different. They don't want to go back in the same cycles of making up, breaking up, making up, breaking up, making up, breaking up. They're tired of it. And it feels like they're done with the energy of their past. This connection has really allowed them to do a lot of soul searching about why they attracted this particular partner to themselves, why they manifested this particular relationship. And it feels like, they may have had a light bulb moment, and they're seeing it, this relationship has manifested out of their wounded inner child, right? Everything that they experienced in their childhood, they basically did a remix. Okay. Now, this karmic a little complicated, because even though they're emotionally detached, they still feel very much connected to their person. Maybe they want to be emotionally detached. Yeah, they do. We have Six of Swords. They just wish that they could move on. They wish that their heart wasn't feeling like it was for your person. They wish that they could just leave this all behind, but they just keep coming back in the same cycles, because your person is a provider. Your person is safe. King of Pentacles, it can't get more dependable than King of Pentacles. There is no other king. No other king that's more dependable, that shows up, that nurtures, that provides, Maybe they grew up in a family where there was just so many things going on. Maybe the father figure wasn't there, there was abandonment, whether it's physical or emotional.